You know that feeling, right? That little buzz of excitement. We all know it. But what if I told you it's not just a feeling? What if it's the actual operating system of reality and it's trying to give you directions? Well, that's exactly the wild idea we're going to dive into today.
So, just for a second, I want you to ask yourself this honestly. Are you using the right compass in your life? Because what we're about to unpack suggests that maybe, just maybe, most of us have been using the wrong one all along.
All right, let's talk about the overthinking navigator. I think we all know this one. From the time we're kids, we're basically trained to think our way through life, to analyze, to strategize, to make pros and cons lists for everything. But what if that's not what our brain is actually for? And this quote just hits it right on the head. You were not designed to figure life out intellectually. It's a really provocative statement, but the idea here is that our powerful analytical mind, well, it was never meant to be the one steering the ship. It has a totally different job. Okay, so let's break this down, because this is where it all clicks into place. Think of your intellect as the navigation assistant, like the GPS in your car. It's amazing at calculating routes, estimating arrival times, and telling you about traffic, but it doesn't get to pick the destination. The destination, that's the job of excitement, the true navigator. You know, your intellect often works from a place of fear, which makes you shrink and hesitate. But excitement, that's all about flow and expansion. And here's the kicker. Our intellect is constantly filtering reality through all our pre-programmed beliefs and doubts, which totally distorts the signal. Excitement just bypasses all that. It's a clean, direct signal from your core. So if our brain isn't the one in charge, what is? Let's get into what this true compass really is and how to actually read the signal it's sending us. Now here is the official definition, and you got to wrap your head around this one. Excitement is the vibrational signature of your core frequency calling itself forward into physical experience. Whoa! So what does that mean? It means it's not just a happy feeling. It's literally a frequency, like a radio station that's broadcasting the unique signal of you. It's the physical feeling you get when your truest self is saying, hey, this way, this is the path of least resistance. Come on.
And just to be super clear, let's talk about what this specific kind of excitement is not. It's not just a passing emotion, and it's not some casual preference like wanting ice cream. And this next one is absolutely crucial. True excitement has zero insistence on the outcome. It doesn't care how it turns out. It also doesn't need you to justify it to yourself or anyone else. And it never ever negotiates with your fear. It's just a simple, clear, powerful yes.
All right, now we're getting to the part that feels a little bit like science fiction, but is presented as straight-up physics. Let's talk about what actually happens in your reality when you start listening to this frequency.
Yeah, let that one sink in for a minute. Reality rearranges itself instantly around the frequency you emit. The idea here is that reality isn't this solid, fixed thing we're moving through. It's more like a mirror, instantly reflecting back the vibration you're putting out. Your state of being is literally choosing your reality from an infinite menu of possibilities in every single moment.
And that is where synchronicity comes from. You know those coincidences that feel way too perfect? The right person calling at the exact right moment? That's not random. When you follow your excitement, you are tuning your frequency. Synchronicity is just the universe matching your signal. It's resonance, responding to resonance. Simple cause and effect. And that's the bottom line. We have to stop thinking of this stuff as mystical or woo-woo. It's being presented as a fundamental law of existence, as real and as predictable as gravity. It's not magic, it's physics. Okay, so that's the theory, and it's fascinating, right? But how do you actually use it? How do we apply this in our day-to-day lives? Well, thankfully, it's been distilled down into a really simple, practical user manual. Here it is. It's just 3 steps. First, in any given moment, just identify what is your highest excitement. What's the most exciting option available to you right now? Second, you have to act on it to the best of your ability with whatever you have. You've got to ground that energy in the physical world. And third, and this is the hardest and most important part, you have to do it with zero insistence on the outcome. You have to completely let go of how you think it should turn out. The second you get attached to a result, you've jumped right back into your overthinking intellect and you've lost the signal. And that third step, letting go of the outcome,
leads us right to the very foundation of this entire way of living. It's not just a formula, it's a path of absolute radical trust.
See, this is why trust is everything. You don't get a map. You don't get to see the whole path laid out in front of you. All you see is the very next stepping stone, lit up by that feeling of excitement. And the next stone? Well, it doesn't even appear until you've fully, completely committed and planted your foot on the one you're on right now. It's a moment-to-moment walk of faith in the process itself. And this is why that trust pays off so big. When you follow this moment-by-moment excitement, you're basically getting your little analytical mind out of the way. You're letting a much bigger intelligence, call it your higher mind, take the wheel. And it can coordinate circumstances and arrange synchronicities in ways that your logical brain could never, ever have planned. Because in the end, this whole thing isn't about getting more stuff or achieving some big goal. Following your excitement step by step is actually a journey of unlearning. It's the way you peel back all the layers of fear and conditioning to remember the truth of who you really are at your core. So I'll just leave you with this thought. What's one tiny exciting thing you could act on right now? Then I want you to know that this is just the beginning. There is absolutely a path forward.
You can explore all sorts of amazing pathways to discovery, like quantum healing hypnosis, hypno-channeling, guided plant medicine experiences, plus a ton of different workshops and courses.
You can find all of this and so much more over at healingandretreats.com.